NRG back in their home territory of the grand finals here, facing off against FaZe, who just got disrespected on this desk. After going 7 games against Space Station, the desk predicted FaZe to take that one down, or predicted Space Station to take that one down. FaZe is the one who's here in the grand finals facing off against NRG. How do you feel about this matchup, Turtle?
I mean, first of all, I don't think there's any question as to which esports shop decal that the desk are rocking in-game. I mean, this is unacceptable. First of all, everybody's got that NRG decal. We need to show some love to these FaZe decals, get some support going their way. I know there's a lot of people in chat as well who maybe didn't vote, who are behind them, but this is going to be a close one. If that last series told us anything, it's that it's going to be a physical gameplay. First of all, we got 2 demos straight into this first game from FaZe, and that's what I'm worried about. It's the physical gameplay, because FaZe Clan, every single player on FaZe loves to go for demos, but if we look the other way on NRG, as Justin gets that crazy goal line save, the only person who goes for demos is Garrett G. He's got a lot of heavy lifting to do on the physical side here, Wave Punk.
We'll see as Justin finds one of his own in his own corner. And here's Garrett G through the air, looking for the guillotine. First killer will clear to the outside, and Squishy now following him wheel to wheel here into the corner. Gets taken out on the backboard. Ball lofted in front of the goal. It'll be Justin on AJ.
Ooh. Back
off the backboard again. Here's Illusion for the shot. Pressure from FaZe in the beginning of game number 1. A best of 7, best of 3 situation. You're going to be playing best of 7 series, but you got to win 2 best of 7s to take the championship. Here's first killer for the shot on. Bounces off the crossbar and in for goal number 1.
And this is just so much aggression and brute force coming out of FaZe Clan in the first few minutes here. You can see off the backboard, 2 players from NRG look stationary in their own net. They can't keep up with the pace, and that is something that I do believe favors FaZe Clan, the speed. They've got such great mechanics. I mean, of course, NRG, you've got Justin, Squishy, Garrett G. The mechanics are there, but the speed on the other side with first killer leading the way, that is something you have to be scared of.
Oh, first killer with a great pop, but the follow-up gets beaten by Garrett G in the sky. First killer, though, picks up the ground ball. Is off the corner. Here's first killer with another shot. This one deflected. Justin getting a save while facing the inside of his goal. How about it? Garrett G now out to Squishy in their corner. NRG feeling trapped in their back half, looking for a clear to break out, and they'll finally find a little bit of space. Garrett G gets the ball across the midfield line.
And even when Garrett G does get the ball out, he gets demoed as a player flies by from FaZe Clan. First killer, maybe the pinch, that would have been unreal. Maybe the follow-up from AJ. We haven't even had any time to warm up. It's just 0 to 100% here, Wave Punk.
Yeah, FaZe is carrying that Game 7 energy against Space Station right here into game number 1 against NRG. NRG having to pick up the pace quickly after sitting and watching that series. And right now they're trailing with half the game left to play in game number 1, but a marathon in front of them.
Yeah.
Guaranteed at least 8 games across 2 series. And I mean, could go as many as 21.
To me, that's why I think a lot of people have NRG as the favorites here, is just because of the length of this series. Yes, we see FaZe Clan popping off here in game 1, and it's still only a 1-goal game. NRG can certainly bring it back. But as this series goes on, we're going to have to see how NRG adapt and if they can match that speed and pace of FaZe Clan.
First killer with a loft in the midfield. Squishy's up 4. He's got nobody challenging him, and he'll take it to his own corner. Garrett G keeping this on the wall to try and chase it, but loses the ball, and Squishy will pick it up. Back to Garrett G. Onto the backboard now, and AJ will close on it and clear it the entire length of the field. Justin, the third man, will play it back to midfield. First killer advances, and a bit of ping pong back and forth as the players are keeping the ball high in the sky. No one allowing any dribble game to get going. Finally, it'll touch the ground after first killer puts it down into the dirt, and Justin now chasing this down. He's got AJ challenging him, tries to go underneath him, gets it underneath him, but Illusion's there, and he gets kind of stomped. Justin held onto the ground, won't be able to challenge that again.
Yeah, we're talking about Justin. There's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders alone. I was talking about Garrett G with the demos and the physical gameplay, but Justin coming into this grand finals on his team has been averaging, I believe, the most shots, goals, saves, and assists on the team. I mean, there's so much work that this player has been doing. We've got him now coming up on offense. Maybe a double tap lurking as he looks for a 50-50. 2 players went up for it from FaZe Clan, and now they have to recover, and they do just that because of first killer and his incredible heroics on the goal line.
Squishy and Justin, they're connected on the infield pass again. We've seen them connecting on aerial passes across this entire event. They had another one on that double tap attempt from Justin, but somehow Illusion reads the pass and double tap, knows where the bounce is going to come.
Oh, he doesn't read that one, though.
Oh, look at the block. First killer's back for it, and Garrett G's follow-up is too high. Justin trying to put the pressure on, but it's wide on the corner.
Oh my goodness. Just as you were talking about it, Illusion, he didn't get that final read. He got faked out, and First Killer somehow manages to get back in rotation. That's the second or third time just this game alone that he's got the goal line save. But if he gets bumped, of course, he gets another one. They are still alive and in the lead.
Oh, First Killer, you can't get anything through him on the goal line. AJ now across the midfield line, 17 seconds left. FaZe hold on to a 1-goal lead, but it's not for NRG lack of trying. They have been knocking on the door, and FaZe has been holding it shut. 8 seconds left. Justin's got to go the whole length of the field here. He's got players underneath him. He gets a flip reset, but won't be able to use it, and a double commit on his challenge. Squishy retreating into his own half. Can't do anything with it. FaZe take game number 1.
And we always talk about First Killer and his incredible mechanics and how he's an offensive powerhouse, right? But we forget to mention the defensive capabilities that this player does, in fact, possess. We just saw it firsthand on display in this game. Goal line save after goal line save, making sure his team can stay in the lead. That was consecutive saves back to back to back. Yeah. The First Killer, he doesn't just make it look easy on offense, it's also on defense here, Wave.
You make one save at this level, and you're considered, hey, good
just
job.
One of those would have been great.
If you just make the one save where, like, you did your job, it's now your teammate's responsibility. He made 3 in a row. The guy is rock solid, realized where his teammates were and said, hey, I'm still the first man here. I got to be ready for this one more time. The one goal, you wouldn't think, looking at the scoreline, you'd think this was a boring game. My goodness, 8 shots from NRG, no goals. Man. That's incredible.
And I can only expect the shooting to get better, though. I think First Killer has his work cut out for him right now, because even as we were looking through that replay package, the follow-up shots from NRG did seem a little bit weak. I saw Squishy come in after the initial save. It seemed a little bit slow. If we can speed up the pace, the accuracy maybe a bit of these shots, which is not a difficult task for NRG given their striking capability. So hopefully as we get in here, we get a closer game. And I mean, that game alone was already so close. First Killer, we'll see if he has what it takes to keep making those goal line saves.
No, I think your point on the follow-up game is a really good one, because NRG's there. They're on the follow-ups. They're getting clean follow-up shots. Just the placement has not been quite accurate. So they need to find a way to keep that speed up, but actually get fully behind the ball and place it between the posts. Or we could have seen a blowout here with how many good follow-up shots they got. We'll see if they adjust here in game 2.
Well, and we only really saw those towards the second half as well, because at the beginning it was all FaZe. But look at what I'm talking about. They're warmed up now. NRG are ready to play at the same pace that we saw initially from FaZe Clan. So maybe now is when we start to see those demos come out, since NRG have matched it.
Squishy was looking for demos on that drive as Garrett put one on target, but everyone on FaZe was able to dodge. We saw them hit the reverse, get around him, and then get up for the blocks. Justin putting more pressure on in the air. Justin is he's baiting 2 defenders on every single one of these air dribbles right now, really creating an opening that's keeping FaZe pinned in their half, as Justin's getting barreled down by 2 players here. His touch will go to the corner, and now he'll flick past Illusion. AJ will cover him up, and Garrett G now taking his time getting this ball out of his corner and goes for the ground pinch. Illusion's got the block.
A lot of space here for NRG as they look to move out. Maybe off the backboard, nobody's there except for First Killer flying up. I thought somebody would be on the backboard, positioning a little bit out of place, but there's a save from Illusion, and the pressure has been back and forth. We've seen booming clears, just nobody willing to take that risk, Wave Punk, and stay downfield.
Here's Illusion into the corner with Squishy there to challenge him. He's got Garrett G right next to him, too. The dual threat. AJ is able to just tackle it outright, get a pass across, but Justin out of the corner. An excellent clear, and Squishy's looking for bumps. Justin to follow up his own touch. Illusion out of the corner will clear, but Justin nearly finds the demo. Couldn't quite touch his bumper. First Killer and Illusion now in the corner. They get the pass across. First Killer passes it back out to AJ, and Garrett G will block it at the point of contact. Well defended at the last moment.
I mean, this ball's just doing laps right now around this stadium. Not one team can hold possession for too long. Maybe Garrett G, but the touch is far too out in front of him. They are taking a lot of boost, though. I have noticed NRG, the boost control, the corners of FaZe Clan in their own favor. We'll see if that adds to any mistakes that we could possibly see out of the defense.
Squishy advancing to the corner with Illusion. Over the top of him now, Justin taking control. He's got 2 players, both grounded in front of him. Just puts onto the backboard again. He baits 2 players. The respect they're giving Justin is creating holes on this FaZe defense. But the follow-up game we talked about from NRG in game 1 has, I feel, have not been quite as strong. They're not getting like the 1, 2, 3 shots we were seeing.
Yeah, we're not seeing the best lineup either for that initial strike. A lot of times you'll see somebody like Justin behind the ball, or even Garrett G just putting in a very strong shot, and then it makes an easier follow-up. They haven't even been able to get that first shot on target. And I think a big testament to FaZe Clan's defense is the fact that they've been keeping this ball out of their own half, and there's a clear with a demo mixed in, but Justin then takes out Illusion, an eye for an eye, and they manage to break out.
And a one challenge from Squishy with 2 minutes left to go in game 2. No goals yet to show for it from either side. We'll see Garrett win one challenge. First kill's going to try here. Garrett, an awkward situation. And it'll ping out to Squishy. Back to the sky. He's going to look for positional touches. Can he carry this all the way to the goal? No. Well, the challenge will go to the edge. Garrett G looking to set up Justin, who's hesitant in the third man. This will give FaZe some space to move back down. They're looking for demos again. Putting more pressure on off the crossbar. Garrett G able to block AJ and keep this game scoreless. 1:35 left to go. Here comes NRG.
And that play for FaZe actually developed from what you just mentioned, the hesitation from Justin as the third man. He was waiting to go in for a challenge and never actually committed. And when he decided to, it was way too late. Off the backboard, here he is again, looking for a clear towards the other side. And he's been very paranoid. I've been on his camera, and he's been looking around Wavepunk, looking for demos, anybody to come and take him out. And that's distracting him from getting into rotation quicker.
I wonder, he's been going for these solid solo setups, and then his team hasn't been right behind it to put the pressure on. I wonder if he's afraid of leaving things too exposed in the back or something. Not quite sure. As Justin gets demolished in the corner. Here's Garrett G looking for a double tap. Drops through the box. Follow up. Justin was trying, but I think he got Goomba stomped. Illusion now in the corner trying to dribble it out. 47 seconds left. Here's Justin through the sky. Up against First Killer, who gets it away. And Garrett G with a miss in the midfield. He'll look to back pass to Squishy here, but he's getting pressured by FaZe. Illusion will take him out and take over ball control. Onto the corner. Justin's up for it. Blocks AJ. First Killer was backwards. He won't have the immediate follow-up shot. 33 seconds left. Now he comes in. Squishy plays it to the corner. Oh my goodness. NRG suddenly feeling the pressure as Illusion's bringing another one.
Oh, AJ's there, though. It's action-packed. Maybe a follow-up from First Killer. NRG are standing strong. It looks a bit shaky, but so long as they do get this ball out, we will remain scoreless here with only 13 seconds left.
AJ behind this in the final 10 seconds. Garrett G trying to take it away from him. Squishy into the corner. Illusion misses the ball, but Squishy fully expected the
pass to Justin.
The infield pass. First Killer gets the block on Justin's shot. Follow up from Squishy. Back in front of the box. First Killer keeps it alive. Garrett G should kill this to the side. Illusion's going to try and keep it in control. Back into the midfield.
No way.
AJ gets the flick on one. Squishy's up for it. Now back the other way. Can NRG take advantage of this? Do they have enough boost in the tank? No. We'll go to overtime in game 2.
Even in those final seconds, you can see how threatening these teams are. With just one small opportunity, one little inch extra of space, they can make work. We'll see. FaZe Clan stuck on defense. Off the kickoff, AJ, you don't want to give him aerial space. I mean, I remember back to that SSG series, 16 seconds left. FaZe Clan scored 2 goals to make a comeback and then win it in OT. You cannot give AJ any of that space.
FaZe has been able to come back from many games that we expected them to be completely out of. As Illusion's looking for bumps, I think he found 2 players in net. But Garrett G doing enough work on the front line to give them time to reset. Now up for this one. Somehow he wins that challenge. Justin's got an open net, just leaves it, but Illusion on the goal line. Able to sweep in, take that away, and now looking for a counterattack all by himself. He's got Garrett G up for it. He'll play it to the corner.
Looked like Justin thought that one was going to roll in, maybe went for the demo instead. Illusion had barely gotten back in time, but then First Killer actually got bumped. If there's a player to take out, it is the one who won game 1 for FaZe Clan. First Killer gets knocked out the way, and Justin secures it.
My goodness, how Justin, even with First Killer getting bumped, navigates those 2 defenders in front of him to get that ball into the net. I do not know. It's incredible stuff here, but NRG able to take it down there. Squishy rocking the NRG decal. Fine years in the esports shop here. And we'll see Garrett G get the MVP of the game with 4 shots, 2 saves, and the assist to Justin. To me, if I had to give an MVP in this game, though, Justin was that player, even despite the one hesitation we pointed out there at the end of the game.
Yeah, he was making a lot of moves, and I noticed that he got more comfortable as this game went on. You could see him at the edge of the map. Now, even in this play, as soon as we get into the replay package, you see Justin alone trying to make a play, a solo attempt there on net, maybe go for a flip reset. He's been doing a lot of this. And then behind the ball again in OT, he was the one who took the shot. Of course, you got to give credit to the demo and the bump attempt on First Killer, who's the man you got to take out. If somebody's in net, you got to take out First Killer. And as long as you make contact, of course, NRG does secure it up and tie this series. So we have had nothing but action so far, Wavepunk. This is exactly what I expected, but even now, as I expected, I didn't think it would be this fast and this chaotic.
No, we're privileged when we get a best of 7 between these two teams, and we're going to get at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of them. So this is going to be a while. It's going to be crazy to watch how the action evolves over time, too, as the players adapt and as they get more either in the flow state or exhausted, because either one can happen here. So this is going to be crazy. We're going into game 3 tied up at 1 apiece. Excited to see who's able to get the edge.
And the question is, who is going to make a new play, a new creative, I guess, pass, something similar to what we saw before from NRG, where they were trying to throw multiple people at the net. We even saw a connection between, I believe it was Justin and Squishy. We haven't seen too much of that from FaZe Clan. We have seen the mechanics. The aerial presence is, of course, there. But I'd love to see First Killer and AJ get some passing involved here on the offense.
Justin looking to bump First Killer and pave the way for Garrett G. Unfortunately, Garrett G didn't have much boost to follow up with that, even if he did get the bump. But here's Squishy now with lots of boost and space. Pings this one across the box. And AJ trying to take control, but loses it. And then has plenty of space to take it again. We'll see Justin find a clear. Both teams just kind of conceding ball control the other way right now.
Things just kind of slowed down instantly when we got into game number 3, and that's something that happens a lot, especially in a long set like this. Things could flip-flop literally within seconds, you know, where playstyles that were once aggressive just start to push back a bit. You have seen NRG hold that defensive line farther back in their own half. Maybe this is a new strategy they're trying to implement to make things a bit easier. We'll see if FaZe Clan decide to go for some dribbles with this extra space. Even there, you can see First Killer had plenty of space to go for a dribble and maybe slow down that approach towards offense, but instead just decided to clear it right to the wall.
Across the box, well defended. FaZe keeps it on the edge. And back to the corner, Justin with a nice tap on the wall to get it past 2, and then a dunk to get it past a second one as well. Illusion trying to follow behind this, doesn't make contact. Garrett G just sends it on target. AJ couldn't reach it. Garrett G just finds the hole and shoots.
This actually keeps happening to FaZe Clan. I believe SSG got a similar goal. It was a 50-50. This one more of a dunk from Garrett G, but either way, positioning a little bit out of ordinary for FaZe Clan. Garrett G is able to smack that one home.
When Illusion missed the first touch there on the wall, that told Garrett G everything he needed to know about depth perception and that he could make that shot. I'm amazed that FaZe didn't just tie up the game given how much space they had in that box, but they will still dodge it there. Garrett G is still well on that shot. Now looking for a second one here on the corner. What a read. Nearly there. Oh, the dual threat. Not going to get through First Killer, though. Great offensive and defensive player. An all-star here on FaZe.
Yeah, but a double commit then from NRG. The recovery is there from Justin. And even when there's a double commit, it's crazy to see how fast Garrett G is able to get downfield despite the mistake that did happen on defense. But FaZe Clan, they are carrying this ball out. First Killer now getting aggressive, going for a bump on Justin. He does make contact. Maybe AJ can find a way to get this one into the middle, but Squishy read it, and they are denying FaZe Clan at every opportunity.
Yeah, but that touch from First Killer was insane as he's coming back out, able to neutralize.
Oh, there it is.
What a save! You're kidding! Garrett G with the backflip just to reach over his back shoulder and make that stop. That was incredible. And they're holding on to their lead as we cross halftime.
Man, I'm just getting flashbacks now to that. The First Killer game 1 where he's making those goal line saves. We see a little bit of that from NRG. Justin on the carry out. Look at this space. He's got so much to dribble and to find boost. Gives it away to First Killer, who instinctively just launches this one into the air. But I would love to see them keep this ball a little bit more grounded and see what they can do on that dribble game against NRG.
Illusion to First Killer. 2 minutes left to go. Looking for the lead in the series. An open goal here. AJ won't miss. Takes that shot, puts it home, ties it up here in game 3.
And this all stemmed from the demo. Illusion extended his rotation, took out Justin, made sure nobody can get that goal line save that we've been seeing all series long, and they tie things up.
It's a full-on meta at this point. Extend your rotation, swing through the goal, find a defender, and make it so easy for your shooter.
Absolutely.
So they've tied it up here now.
It's a very risky meta. It's a very risky strategy, so your decision-making on when you go for the demo has got to be pretty much perfect, because if you extend, don't get the demo, and they somehow find a counterattack, you are left wide open on defense.
You gotta like looking for the right spots of, okay, we have ball control on the side, he'll be able to get a pass. I'm on the rotation. I could choose to go back right away, or I could choose to look for a defender, but given where the rest of my team is, this is the right spot to go for it. That was one of those perfect moments for FaZe. Now AJ threw this guy up against Justin, gets over the top of him, squish on the backboard will be the next challenge, and he will win. First killer now looking for Illusion. GaReG, what a loft. The way he jumped coming out of his goal. He jumped very early, but it blocked so many of the options FaZe had, and now he's looking for a pass as first killer. And then get the dribble back out. We saw an overtime in game 2. We're tied up in the final minute of game 3. Squishy up to Justin. They try.
Well, that's a huge clear.
That was GaReG. I think it'll be wide. And GaReG looking for a block, but first killer puts a lot of space on it. Illusion here just takes the shot. Squishy with the block across, and then the trap and dribble. Flicks it out to GaReG. Justin's in the midfield. Can they find the pass to him? No, blocked in the corner. 30 seconds left, and GaReG is being carried by AJ. And now he's going to be in position to get a pass. What? Okay.
That's what I'm talking about with NRG. It's like a mistake happens or something awkward, but their recovery is so lightning quick. They don't hesitate to get back into rotation. Maybe Squishy on the pass to Justin, who does have GaReG on the other side, but Justin went for the top right corner slot. Was saved, but the pressure is still on from NRG with 5 seconds left.
For Justin with the stop on the counterattack. NRG, the clock has expired. Can they put it into the ground? Yes. Overtime. 2 games in a row now. As we continue, the winner of this game has the lead in the series.
You want to think about who really earned their spot here in this OT. The GaReG dunk was impressive, but that demo play from FaZe Clan was something truly out of this world. They could replicate that again here. You can certainly see this overtime ending soon. First killer, maybe he's going to get the demo as he rotates around. Looks for Justin. Doesn't find it. And Illusion is left to get this pass out to AJ, who did beat the defender, but the accuracy was not there. It was right in the middle, and Squishy gets the pre-jump save.
Here's AJ. Looking for Illusion. Blocked by Justin in the 2v1. GaReG off the wall. NRG's defense kind of stunted on the rotation. Justin just had to kill all of his momentum and just sit in front of the box. But they'll emerge with control out of their corner. GaReG with a bit of space here, but AJ able to take it away from him on a dunk. Now first killer going to try and take it away from Squishy as well, and Justin all of a sudden just has to loft the ball and wait for his team to get back behind him. A demolition on the first killer will help, but Illusion's right there. GaReG's challenge goes neutral and across. Well done. FaZe clutches up, chokes up on the bat, and gets the winning goal.
And it just feels so calculated. Illusion waited for that initial challenge out of Justin, got the perfect 50-50, and then baited the second defender in. Illusion. It doesn't look too flashy from him, but my